Today on Studio G, we'll update you on the General Motors recall, what the company is doing now.
Are Americans overworking themselves? A new study suggests that they are.
And later, Alvin Loy sits down with Front Row Center producer Rosalie Spear.
Don't touch that mouse. Studio G starts right now. Good afternoon, I'm Kyle King.
And I'm Daphne Barreto. While President Barack Obama is quick to call the Affordable Care Act a success and move on to the next item on his agenda, other politicians disagree. After explaining how Obamacare is a success with the 7.1 million people signed up, the president has begun his next project, convincing Congress to increase the minimum wage. His goal is to raise the minimum wage to $10.10. However, this is going to be a topic that will be difficult to get both sides to agree on.
Nobody who works full-time should be raising their family in poverty, right? If you're working, if you're responsible, you should be able to pay the rent, pay the bills.
However, some politicians are not quite as ready to move forward. Speaker of the House John Boehner and Majority Leader Eric Cantor have explained the negative effects of Obamacare on the nation.
Obamacare is continuing to wreak havoc on American families and small businesses. I can give you hundreds of letters from my constituents who have been harmed by this law.
President Obama wants everyone to now believe that Obamacare is a success. Well, Obamacare is not a success to the millions who lost their health care policies that they liked.
Both Obamacare and the minimum wage prove to be two topics that will be difficult to come to any sort of agreement. But let's hope some sort of compromise can occur.
And moving on to the General Motors recall, repairs for millions of the recalled vehicles were supposed to begin yesterday. This recall, which includes 2.3 million cars in the U.S., is connected to 13 deaths that are due to a faulty ignition switch. General Motors CEO Mary Barra apologized on Capitol Hill in response to the events that occurred.
I am deeply sorry. Whatever mistakes were made in the past, we will not shirk from our responsibilities now or in the future.
After the apology, General Motors met on Friday and stated they wanted to begin a very thoughtful and careful process to evaluate its options in response to accident victims whose vehicles are being recalled for possible ignition switch defects. Any owners of the 6 GM models years 03 through 07 were told they could bring their vehicles to a dealer to fix their ignition. The models include the Chevy Cobalt, the HHR, the Pontiac G5 and Solstice, and the Saturn Ion and Sky. Although the repairs were supposed to begin yesterday, many dealers were not in the position to begin replacing the ignition switches.
Hopefully the repairs will begin soon. For motorcyclists, our Las Vegas roads are not the easiest to ride, and safety is a concern for those on the two-wheeled vehicles. But this past weekend, the Suncoast held an event to raise money for the Special Olympics, as well as educate the crowd about motorcycle safety. Reporter Elena Ledbetter gives us the story.
The weather is warming up, and if you're a motorcyclist, that means one thing: rev up your engines and get ready to tear up the road. With more bikes on the road, safety and skill is stressed for those riders, experienced or not.
These guys are some of the best riders in the country.
Steve Ritchie, the lead motorcycle instructor for the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department, participated in the 18th annual Southwest Motorcycle Training and Competition this past weekend.
I never stopped learning even after riding motorcycles. You know, for 40 years I've been riding. I was 6 years old when I got my first bike.
This year, Nevada has a total of 26 fatal accidents, but officers at this event are equipped with the experience that average motorists in Las Vegas lack.
Every 6 months we'll go through a recertification course in order to keep up standards, and it basically consists of a break and escape and a lot of cone patterns very similar to what we're using out here today.
Competitors need to make it through obstacles like this one, where they do a figure 8 in a small box the size of a 2-car garage. They need to make it out without dropping their bike, dropping their foot or hitting a cone.
I'm going to come straight into this obstacle, look to this corner, and I'm already abandoning this corner and going to this one. And then I ride out of the obstacle.
Events included riding tied together, alone, or with 3 other members through mazes of cones, which all tested their skill levels to the max.
But these guys are out just riding motorcycles. They're also doing police work from a motorcycle, which adds a whole new dynamic to riding.
Richie says lack of education, experience, and skill are a number of reasons why there are so many motorcycle accidents on the road today.
You have to continue learning, and you have to be careful and pay attention on that motorcycle. And it's also the awareness of the car drivers out there. Share the road, you may have heard those kind of terms before, and watch out for our motorcyclists that are out there too.
Reporting for Studio G, I'm Elena Ledbetter.
Motorcycle safety courses and skill courses are offered through the community college and riding schools in the Valley. All the money raised from this weekend's event was donated to Opportunity Village's Special Olympics Nevada. That's really great. I think they did such a good job raising that event and then raising money for it. That's like killing 2 birds with 1 stone.
Just throwing out the awareness, safety comes first, and
Definitely.
to ride on the motorcycle, you must be very skilled, and just to prevent yourself from getting into an accident.
Safety is a priority, so.
Yes. This week, the weather's starting to warm up. After the break, Christina Davies will update us on our local and national weather.
Stay with us.
The name of my show is The Revolution, where you get your fix. What I do is I motivate individuals, and I play local artist music, and I get people connected to events on campus and in the community. Social revolution that's happening. We want to be able to be a catalyst for that and motivate people. This is Don Conquer, The Revolution, KUMV, HD2, 91.5 The Rebel.
Joining a student organization can enhance and redefine the UNLV college experience. UNLV has over 200 registered student organizations on campus and in the Las Vegas community, encompassing a variety of interests, activities, and beliefs among the student body. To explore, access, and join a student organization, visit the Involvement Center website under my.unlv.edu. Be a rebel. Get involved.
Welcome back from the break. So I want to start off with this large low pressure system with the cold front affecting the East Coast and dropping a lot of rain and even some snow up north. But over here we are doing amazing with our high pressure system and our warmer temperatures, so we won't have any cloud coverage. So right now we're at 80 degrees. We have slight winds at 5 miles per hour. So right now we have downtown at 80 degrees and Aliante at 81, Summerlin 80, Green Valley at 78, and Henderson at 74 degrees. Mount Charleston will have a high of 66, a low of 38 with winds around 8 to 10 miles per hour. Lake Mead will have a high of 80 and a low of 68 with calm winds all day. Here's what your day will look like. So at 3 p.m. we'll get up to 87 degrees with winds around 5 miles per hour. 6 p.m. drop just a little bit and winds will slow down just a little bit. And then at 9 p.m. we'll drop down to 80 and our winds will still stay calm. All right, so the rest of our week, we can expect it to be breezy and warm, and then due to a small or a weak system, we'll drop down to 83 degrees, and then on Sunday, we'll pick it back up. But while we're having clear weather and sunny skies, over in Mississippi, they've encountered severe weather, and you are looking at definitely the wrong video right now. So they're not actually having snow, they're having there was a tornado that possibly hit a building, and then they were having flooded roads, and some drivers were even stranded. Studio G will be right back after the break.
Our third pod is Kat Gonzalez. We mainly talk about pop culture and whatever movie or TV show that we're interested in right now. Pretty much everything about media, current events, current everything regarding pop culture and stuff. I want them to laugh at us because we're so awkward most of the time. I'm Chelsea. I'm Toby. And we're 3 Ps in a pod. Come listen to us at therebelhd2.com.
I want this place to be a place that they feel safe. It's secure, a place where they get inspired. So many times we kind of get complacent in our everyday life, transforming lives in the community from the inside out. I've been in fitness my whole life, but now tying that in now in my spiritual walk, it's been just amazing. Some people may want to run a marathon. Some may want to just get off their asthma inhaler. Exercising and moving our bodies, I think it's, you know, we say if you don't use it, you lose it.
Welcome back. The University of Connecticut defeated Kentucky last night 60-54, winning their 4th NCAA men's basketball title. It was a close game, but UConn ran away with it within the 4 minutes of the game. At one point, Kentucky was in the lead, but eventually the Huskies took control and beat the Wildcats in the highly anticipated game. So that's really crazy. I feel bad if you bet for the other team. I know a lot of people lost their money on that.
Yes, a lot of people definitely did lose money. That game was very, very intense.
It definitely was. I didn't watch it though, but I heard it really was very intense.
The ending was...
Especially the people who bet on it.
Yeah. An intensive outreach program designed to bring comprehensive services to homeless and at-risk veterans recently made its annual debut here in the Las Vegas area. Reporter Kelby Weiler has more on the story.
During times of war, the term stand down stood for a place of safety and recovery for exhausted combat units. Today, instead of removing soldiers from the battlefield, it's removing veterans from the streets.
When veterans come back now from the war, they're welcomed back by the general population. I've talked to veterans that civilians would spit on them as they were coming back. They have no trust, none, because they've been abandoned. They don't trust the services. They don't feel like anyone's looking out for them. Even if just for one day they get a haircut, they get a shower. Even if it's just for that one day, it's better than it was before.
On March 19th, the 11th annual Veteran Stand-Down was held at the Cashman Center in Las Vegas. The event is an intensive outreach program that hopes to connect the nation's estimated 60,000 homeless veterans with long-term solutions.
No matter what I ask for, people are willing to help, and that's important. Veterans have been very good to me, very good. They take care of my medical and housing. And I can't have it any better right now than the way I'm being treated. The services I get are fantastic. I love it, and I thank you for all your support and your help.
Operating solely through grants, fundraising, and the help of its 635 volunteers, the Veteran Stand-Down is able to see immediate results from the services they are providing.
I had a veteran an hour into opening. He's had a $2,500 fee to get his license reinstated. He's not able to afford that. By being here today, he got the entire fee taken off, and his license was literally reinstated today here. So you like to see those things happen. Those are successes. They're happening on the spot, and veterans are leaving here happy, and that's what it's all about.
We make sure that everything they need is already provided.
The stand-down is helping not only Las Vegas veterans, but it's also providing help for other states as well.
I've realized at this point in my life that you do what you can, and that's all you can do.
Reporting for Studio G, I'm Kelby Weiler.
Present Pumps. Order Pumps.
Thanks, Kelby. To learn more about the Veteran Stand-Down and how you can help, visit their website at usvetsinc.org.
Vacation time is something all employees look forward to all year. Sadly, many Americans are having a harder time detaching themselves from their work. The career website Glassdoor released an employee confidence survey stating that the average American employee uses only 51% of their vacation days. When people do take time off, they're really not disconnecting from their work. Instead of relaxing and enjoying their time off, 3 in 5 people admitted to doing some work while on vacation. 24% of those who tried to leave their work at the office stated that they were contacted by a coworker related to a work matter while they are on vacation, making it harder to disconnect. The group who made the bottom of the list were 15% of employees who earned time off but did not take any vacation days whatsoever. So why are employees not using their vacation time off? According to the survey, some of the reasons stated, 33% said that no one else can do the work, 28% feared getting behind, 19% said that they were trying to get a promotion, and 17% said that they were afraid of losing their job. So I don't understand that. I would definitely take that vacation. I would not even be thinking of work.
Yes, when I'm on vacation, I don't want to think about work. That's why it's called vacation time.
Exactly. I'm on vacation, I'm on vacation.
Yes, I don't want my employees contacting me. Yesterday, we told you about Tuesday Blend at the Hard Rock Cafe. Today, learn more about some of the dancers that performed at Tuesday Blend. Reporter Alvin Loy tells us more.
Tuesday Blend, where every first Tuesday of the month, all the dancers submit projects, and they get to pick their own dancers, not a specific crew. So it's when the whole dance scene in Vegas get to pick their friends and their whoever wants to do in their blend. So it's not so like concrete like their own group, but it's all more diverse with everyone.
This is one place that you can only come to and really see it all in one place. This is blending all styles together, and thankfully it's called Blend so people can understand what they're gonna, mix themselves up to.
The dancers have their own reasons to perform.
I dance because it's amazing. It's a form of expression. It's a form of just when you're having bad days, you let it out. It's what makes me feel free. And not only that, I love the adrenaline when I'm on stage. I love the rush of it.
I like to express myself, just to show the community what I've been working on, or what I like to be a part of, It's just like art, showing your art off.
They explain what attracts them to Tuesday Blend.
I come back because everyone here is very supportive. Everyone here, all our friends are here. We're here to see each other and just having fun and just celebrate what we have to offer.
Watching all the performances, listening to the music, getting lost, and just vibing out. That's pretty much my favorite moments here.
A member of the Jabberwocky's Prism Show, Ricky Barraza Jr., gives advice for beginners dancers.
You gotta find the groove, like it's a treasure. I'm gonna give you the treasure map, or you found your own treasure map. You're gonna find your own way to the treasure to be able to dance and express yourself through the music itself. And everybody has their own, different types of genres and music to be able to express themselves to. And this is the one place to bring it to, is at the Blend.
People come over here to get a different type of experience. Whether it's on the stage or behind the stage, they all get a unique experience. For Studio G, this is Alvin Loy.
Thanks, Alvin. Wow, they definitely had fun out there. And after the break, Alvin Loy will be back to interview Rosalie Spear, producer of the Front Row Center.
We'll be right back.
NSPCA, where no animal has an expiration date.
We are volunteers of Girl Scouts of Southern Nevada.
The Miles Low Midweek Show. I specialize in underground local hip-hop music as well as your top hits. In the first hour, we play your top hits. Second hour, other local legends that you guys may have never heard of. What I want my listeners to realize is that there's more good music than what you hear on the radio. Just diversify your ears a little bit. I love it with all my heart. It's your boy Miles Low from the Miles Low Midweek Show. You can check my show out from therebelhd2.com.
Welcome back from the break. Today I am joined by Rosalie Spear, producer for Front Row Center. Thank you for being here. So tell me, what's it like being a producer at Front Row Center?
Well, it's a lot of work, as with taking 4 classes, but it's really worth it. It pays off in the end. It's a lot of fun. You meet a lot of cool people, and it's a really good experience. So
tell me, what is Front Row Center? Could you explain it a little bit more for us?
Yeah, Front Row Center is a television show with UNLV-TV that also broadcasts on Vegas PBS, and it's about arts and entertainment in Las Vegas, what's going on with UNLV, and I work very closely with the Fine Arts Department, so we do a lot with theater productions that are going on as well, and film productions.
So tell me some notable interviews that you have done.
Well, I did a package on the JFK screening of the documentary we had, And I interviewed Dick Russell, who's one of the New York Times bestselling authors. Sorry. And then I also interviewed the drummer from The Killers recently at the Hall of Fame Awards, which is really cool. His name is Ronnie Vanucci. I've interviewed just a lot of really nice people in general, had a lot of cool experiences.
Oh, so tell me about the experience. How was the experience for interviewing The Killers drummer?
It was good. It was just really cool meeting him because The Killers have been like one of my favorite childhood bands growing up for like my whole life, and I hadn't originally realized that he was going to be there. And our host for the show, Honey Love, she was supposed to do the package and something came up, so I just kind of filled in, and I was really glad that I did. So it was a good time. It was a really nice event too.
Tell me, what do you think about being a producer and a student at the same time? How does it work for you?
I definitely feel like a lot of the time I don't really have much of a social life. I work a lot. Most of my weekends I spend writing scripts, organizing who's coming onto the show. And as a student, I have straight A's, so it's really hard to keep up with that, with work and everything. But like I said earlier, it's really all worth it, and I'm really glad that I'm doing it. I'm glad that the opportunity has been given to me because it's a contract job, so it looks really good on my resume.
So tell me another of your favorite moments from Front Row Center.
One of my favorite moments, well, I do enjoy being there when I produce the show, when we're recording. I think it's a lot of fun. It's stressful, but it's a cool experience. We've had some cool bands come on. We had Rhyme and Rhythm come on the show, which was really interesting to watch. I don't know. I like doing the show in general. I love arts and entertainment, and I've never really done much with broadcast before. I was a print focus, and now that I've been doing this job, it's really kind of switched my interest more to broadcast. So,
what advice would you have for other students that would be interested in doing what you're doing? What type of advice do you have for them?
Like as being a producer?
As being a producer.
What advice would I give them? Well, just make sure that you can set enough time aside to be able to do your job really well. You need to be really professional, and you need to really be able to organize things because you have to be on top of it. And if you don't have good organization skills, it's probably not something that you would want to do. What's
your vision? What do you see for the future of Front Row Center?
For Front Row Center? Oh, that's not really my place to say. I think we will have a second season, but I'm not sure. Mm-hmm. So that's not my call. So.
Oh, okay.
I would like for it to be a bigger TV show on a bigger network, but like I said, we do broadcast on Vegas PBS, and we're also on UNLV-TV.unlv.edu, like Studio G. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I would love if it was a bigger thing.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for sitting with me here today. Don't go anywhere. Studio G will be right back after a brief break.
Kaylin Height, and I'm Jay Luna, and we're Ill Vibe Theater. It's an underground hip-hop show here at UNLV, where we focus on making the hip-hop culture in the Las Vegas Valley more prevalent and just making people more aware of up-and-coming underground hip-hop artists.
Basically, we play what we like. It's really as simple as that. Most of the stuff we like are our hits, so it's both.
On KUNV HD2, Las Vegas.
Your community's farmers market. Welcoming, lively, friendly. A place where neighbors and friends come together to celebrate their community. With over 50 vendors, organic, sustainable, fresh produce are available just for you. Support and buy local at Fresh 52.
Why are you taking my picture?
I'm Savannah.
I'm Zoe.
We're the hosts of Happy Hour. Our show is kind of like a mix of everything. It's like happy hour, whatever you do.
You never know what you're gonna get.
Yeah, all the elements of kind of like a comedy show, kind of like put on radio along with news and then music. I'm Savannah.
I'm Zoe.
We're the hosts of Happy Hour on the Rebel HD2.
And I'm like, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
Have you seen one of the front row center shows?
I haven't, but now I really want to. It seems really interesting.
Rosalie Spear does an excellent job producing those shows.
Oh wow, yeah, that's amazing. Especially entertainment. I love entertainment and arts, so I'd definitely be interested in watching it.
Definitely check that out. The Festival of Communities is coming on April 2nd, and the Recycling Center needs your help. Reporter Victoria Janae has more.
Recycling Center is doing something special. They are creating the UNLV logo out of recycled Coca-Cola cans. Recycling Center manager Tyra Pike explains more.
We started a project to build the UNLV letters out of red Coca-Cola cans. We're going to use the letters for tabling events, at Premiere, hopefully Festival of Communities, so events held on campus, and then we also want to try and have a homecoming float next year or this year.
They also plan to display the letters at the Festival of Communities on April 12th, and a UNLV sustainability float for homecoming also is being planned.
Students can definitely help get involved by giving us red Coca-Cola cans. You can drop them off here at the Recycling Center Monday through Friday.
The UNLV Recycling Center also benefits our campus with comprehensive waste reduction, recycling, and resource management.
We recycled over 750 tons of material last year, and we do all different types of materials, including food waste. Last year we did almost 20 tons of food waste on campus.
This is Victoria Janae with Studio G.
Again, the event is happening on April 12th, and the Recycling Center is looking for hundreds of cans. Let's get out there.
Last night, UNLV hosted a Brookings Mountain West lecture about the three African futures. Senior Fellow and Global Economy and Development of Brookings Institution, John Page, shared his knowledge with students and faculty.
Africa, which many Americans have really written off as a continent of starving babies and conflicts, is changing profoundly and is likely to change a great deal more in the next 10 to 15 years. There's a potential for this to be a really good thing, but there's also a potential for things to go badly wrong. And I think as one of the advanced nations and one of the major players in the world economy, thinking about Africa and thinking about America's policy toward Africa is important.
Students gained a better understanding of where Africa stands in the economy's growth compared to other countries.
And is on growth, on economic growth in SADC, Southern African Development Community. Question that I really had in mind, which was the period from 95 to 2010, if that was enough spend to be able to test if there's been growth within that region.
If you missed the Three African Futures lecture, you can find it at unlv.edu/Brookings Mountain West.
Yeah, people definitely need to know more about Africa and that they need help out there.
Yeah, and especially because it's so they stereotype it so much. So I think it's a good way to educate people about it.
Yes, definitely. We need to get more awareness out there about Africa
And the culture. So I think that's really good. I mean, you become more well-rounded.
Yes.
When you learn more about other countries and like what's going on and get updated on that, you know?
Definitely. All they really need is just more economic growth.
Yeah, and they're getting there, and a lot of people don't believe that. So I mean, but basically when you think Africa, it's like poor kids not being hungry and stuff, but I mean, they're getting somewhere. So
there's more to Africa than their stereotype. That's all the news that we have for you today. I'm Kyle King.
And I'm Daphne Barreto. We'll see you tomorrow for another edition of Studio G.